Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about the fast loop sling, something I've been playing around with for like the last 6 months. And the fast loop sling, which can go on your AR-15, your AK-47, or whatever your fighting rifle is, basically it has this little loopy thing here that allows you to grab this and quickly let it out. So it gives it allows you to point the gun up. So it makes your sling longer really fast. Okay, and then to shorten it up, you just grab this, you pull it back up, and all of a sudden you can shorten your sling back up, get it back tight to your body. Now for the last 10 years that I've been working with ARs and slings, I've been using just the standard 2-point slings and the 1-point slings that did not have the quick, the fast loop, quick adjust capability. And it seemed like that was working fine, but there was one shortcoming that I was having a real hard time overcoming. Okay, and that was when I was practicing my CQB stuff, right? Close quarter combats, room entry drills. In room entry, and I've discussed this in other videos, I don't want to go into a room with the muzzle pointed down, because as you turn, you come into a room, if there's something or somebody in front of you and you go to lift your rifle, your muzzle, it's gonna hit it. It's not, you're not gonna be able to bring it up online. Okay, this is really comfortable if you're out in the field and you got plenty of space, because it's just it's just hanging, the stock's in the perfect position where I can just bring this up one-handed, get this right where it needs to be really easy. So this is an ideal weight for for me to carry this AR. I can throw it over my back, get this out of my way, right? Swing it back around. So all this works great, with the exception of doing close quarter combat exercises, where you're going to come into a room and you don't know what you're going to find, and your muzzle is hitting something or somebody. So by for close quarter combat, right, or room entry, I want to have the ability to quickly let this sling out, point the gun up, right? So now as I come into a room, I can punch the gun out, right? So that's called a muzzle punch. You just basically use the rifle as a spear to just snap out, because you don't know if the person that you're going to run into, if it's somebody that's a deadly threat to you, right? It might just be somebody that's completely not aware, doesn't know what's going on. It might be a woman. You have no idea what you're walking into, but you need to get that person back out of your way so you can assess, the situation, assess, if they're a threat, how much of a threat they are, etc. So a good way to do that is basically using a muzzle punch, which is basically a non-lethal strike, right? So you basically let your sling out, okay, lengthen it up. As you come into your room, your muzzle punch, your muzzle is online, so your safety's still on, muzzle's still online. So if it turns out that, hey, all of a sudden you see a gun coming at you, the muzzle's online, you're able to take your safety off and defend yourself. Okay, so the fast loop sling allows this option. It allows the option of lengthening this up real quick, okay, right, and then shortening this up. Okay, so this is a big convenience. Now, I was looking around for a fast loop sling starting about a year ago, and they were coming up like pretty expensive, like $60, $80, $100, and I didn't quite know, because I hadn't had any experience with these. I didn't quite know exactly what I was looking for. So what I did is, I started doing a little bit of research. I mean, I saw some name brand. I said, okay, obviously that's got, name brand, $100, it's got to be a good one. And then I started seeing some stuff popping up on Amazon for $10. I go, you know what? Let's get this and try it out, because to tell you the honest truth, I had never worked with the fast loop sling before. I had no idea even how it worked. I knew that there was a loop somewhere over here, but I had no idea that all you do is take this loop, stretch it out like that, and you can switch. I didn't know any of that, because the people that I trained with, right, some, I don't know, 8 to 10 years ago, they didn't, these slings didn't exist at the time. Okay, so those guys that I trained with, the guys that taught me, they were just using standard 2-point slings, 1-point slings. They didn't have these fast slings, so I really didn't have, I couldn't draw on that knowledge. So I said, let me get the $10 sling from Amazon. Let's test it out. Let's see how it works. So the first one I got was this one right here. I got this one. It was $10. You know, when you get it, you start learning things, right? So cool feature. You know, I saw that it had these loops over here that go on to the QD things over here. I saw that it had these little covers over here to keep your rifle from getting scratched up. I said, oh, that's pretty cool. $10 to give you a little thing over here so you don't scratch up your rifle. So, you know, they got the little sleeves over here. So they got that. So this looked pretty, you know, I learned how this feature worked with the fast loop, right? But one of the things I noticed with this one is that it was, you know, this is kind of stiff. It was really hard. It was really hard to let this out, right? To lengthen this and shorten this. It took a lot of effort, you know, when it was hanging on the rifle to, you know, because this is, you know, this was a little coarse. So I'm like, yeah, this is a really great concept. I could let it out pretty quick, but I had a really hard time shortening it up. And I said, okay, it works. $10. Hey, no big deal. You know, it's usable. And then what happened is, I don't know, about a month or two later, I was buying some other stuff on Amazon, and you know, if you purchase more than $50, right, they give you free shipping. So I think I came up to like something like $42 on some purchase I was making. So I'm like, shit, I gotta, you know, let me find something else that I need to get over that $50 so I get the free shipping. So I found this one over here. Like that. So this one's $10. All right, so let's get this one and try it out. You know, this one had the little padding over here. All right, so this one did not have the problem that the other one had. This one was, you know, actually went in the other direction, in the terms of that this was so loose. All right, it wouldn't stay, you know, I mean, it would stay in place, but if I was moving around, running around, it would just kind of slide down. So this was not holding its position as well. Okay, so this was a little too thin, a little too slippery, and it was kind of sliding down. So then, same thing happened a couple of weeks ago. I was ordering some stuff. I came short of the $50 for the free shipping. I said, here, let me try another sling now. And I found this one. Okay, this one is called the Small RT. And this one seems kind of perfect because I can move it really quick. All right. Now this was I think $22. So this is twice as expensive as the other ones, but they give you, it has some really cool features on this one. They include the QD points over here, the QD whatever you call these, the QD not the sockets, the plugs, whatever. All right, so they include these two things. So these two things by themselves are like $5 each. And the other cool thing is they have this feature. Where is it? Over here, right? But which the other slings did not have. And the cool thing about that, first of all, this is metal. Where I think on one of the other ones they had plastic connecting points. But this thing over here allows me to move this here, right, and then quickly turn this into a single point sling. Because the way this works is this comes out, and this punches in right there. So you see how that attaches? And you can do it to either side. You can do it to that side too. And now I got myself a single point sling to hit me in the nuts, right? The cool thing about the single point sling is you can, you know, point this really fast in any direction, okay? You know, especially if you're in a vehicle, right? The truck, you can, you know, turn around, aim the gun behind you. So if you're gonna be getting into a vehicle or a helicopter, you wanna switch over to the single point sling. And then when you get out, you know, you go back to the the 2-point sling, because I find this a lot more convenient for carrying. And I covered this in other videos. I put this point over here on the outside. The reason is if I want to do a transition, arm comes out, I'm able to get to that side, lean out. If I don't do that, it kind of chokes you over here. So I'm going to put a link in the description section for this sling. I kind of like it, I really like it so far. It's a Small RT. It's like $21, $22. But yeah, I think that, you know, from everything I've seen, from all the experimenting I've done for the last like 6 months, you gotta have a fast loop sling for your AR-15. It makes the gun a lot more usable. You know, allows you to, you know, let the gun out, you know, point the gun up, come into a room, you know, snap out like that, you know, and then basically shorten this up really quick, get this tight to your body, you know, so you can throw over your back, walk around, and it works good. I mean, you can go to a prone position, right? If you go down to a prone position, point the gun that way. I don't even need to adjust it for that. You know, so this is very flexible. I like it a lot. Definitely recommend that you try this out. You know, it's at $21. Next time you're ordering and you're coming up short of the free shipping, look this one up. I think you guys are going to be happy with this. So, hope you enjoyed the video. If you're not a member of my channel, subscribe. I'll talk to you guys soon.